Step into the evolving world of American nickels. 1961, 1971, and 1987 each unveil a unique trend and tale. Which era's design will challenge your perspective on history? In a quiet corner of American mint history, a single 1961 nickel carries with it a story that began in the everyday hum of machinery and the precise dance of metal and design. The coin was struck during an era when the United States was rediscovering its identity in the post-war landscape, and minting processes were both an art and a science. In those days, every coin was produced with unwavering consistency, a testament to the expertise of the mint workers and the intricate technology behind each strike. Yet, in the midst of this refined production, an imperceptible deviation occurred, one that would eventually transform an ordinary piece of currency into a whispered legend among collectors. Deep within the mint's bustling assembly line, a misalignment in the coin die introduced an error that few noticed at first. The error was subtle, a slight doubling of a design element that, upon closer inspection, disrupted the smooth curves and elegant lines of the coin's iconic imagery. There was no dramatic explosion or blatant misprint, rather, it was an almost invisible echo of the original design, a ghostly duplication that set this particular nickel apart from its flawless siblings. Overlooked by routine inspections and buried in the flood of millions, this anomaly quietly slipped into circulation, destined to remain hidden until fate intervened. Years later, in the solitude of a modest coin shop and amidst boxes of forgotten treasures, one collector's life took an unexpected turn. As he sorted through a collection of seemingly ordinary coins, his fingers brushed against the worn surface of a 1961 nickel that didn't quite look like the rest. At first, there was a hesitation, a pause where time itself seemed to slow. The usual gleam of the Jefferson portrait appeared doubled in a way that defied expectation, hinting at a story untold. His heart quickened as he realized that what he held was not just another piece of metal, but a rare artifact born of a rare moment in history. The collector, whose passion for numismatics bordered on reverence, felt an immediate connection with the coin. He recalled the meticulous study of minting techniques and the delicate interplay between design and execution that he had come to admire over years of collecting. This nickel was not simply a mistake, it was a fleeting moment of human fallibility captured in metal, a silent testament to the imperfections that often hide behind the veneer of perfection. With trembling hands, he turned the coin over and over, each rotation revealing new details, a doubled inscription here, a slight offset there. Every imperfection whispered secrets of the mint's long-forgotten machinery, echoing the whispers of countless other coins that had passed by without a second glance. As the collector's investigation deepened, he began to trace the coin's journey through time. He scoured old mint records and pored over archived articles, piecing together a narrative that stretched from the bustling floors of the mint to the quiet study of a passionate enthusiast. The error had not been an intentional design, nor had it been the result of vandalism, it was an accidental byproduct of a machine's momentary misstep. Yet, that very accident imbued the coin with a mystique that far surpassed its original monetary value. Each inquiry led him deeper into the mystery, hinting at an intricate interplay between precision and chance that had forever altered the coin's destiny. As word of the error began to circulate in the tight-knit circles of coin collectors, its value started a slow and tantalizing ascent. What was once considered a trivial manufacturing flaw gradually emerged as a coveted rarity. Auction houses reported whispers of the coin's worth increasing with each passing decade, as collectors marveled at its unique lineage and the serendipitous error that made it one of a kind. The transformation from a standard piece of currency to a collector's holy grail was not immediate, it was a gradual metamorphosis that unfolded like the chapters of a well-kept secret. Each auction, each private sale, and every mention in a specialized journal added layers of anticipation, hinting at an escalating value that defied conventional logic. For the collector who first discovered the nickel, this evolution was both exhilarating and daunting. With every conversation at coin conventions and every glance at auction catalogs, he sensed the coin's worth climbing steadily, not just in monetary terms, but in cultural and historical significance. The more he learned, the more he realized that this error was not simply a numerical anomaly, it was a narrative, a living document of human ingenuity and the occasional stumble that makes history all the more compelling. The suspense was palpable, as collectors and historians alike began to speculate on the final impact of this error on the broader numismatic landscape. Hints of secretive auctions, whispered bids, and clandestine meetings in the back rooms of private collections created an atmosphere of intrigue that only deepened the mystery. The physical characteristics of the error were equally fascinating. The doubling of the design element created a visual interplay that was almost artistic in its execution, a near-perfect echo that seemed to celebrate the coin's original form while simultaneously distorting it. To the untrained eye, the difference might have gone unnoticed, but those with a discerning gaze could detect the delicate shift in alignment and the subtle extra impression that hinted at the error's origin. As experts began to examine the coin under magnification, they discovered minute details that suggested the error had not only affected the aesthetics but also the structural integrity of the coin. Fine lines merged and overlapped in unexpected ways, creating patterns that were both chaotic and mesmerizing. This intricate web of impressions lent the coin an almost surreal quality, blurring the boundaries between a flaw and an unintended work of art. Amidst the growing excitement, an unexpected twist emerged, a revelation that challenged conventional wisdom about mint errors. Rumors began to circulate that the error might not have been entirely accidental. In hushed tones, seasoned collectors recalled obscure testimonies from retired mint workers who hinted at the possibility of an experimental technique being tested during that very year. Could it be that the error was, in fact, a rare side effect of an innovative, albeit risky, attempt to streamline the production process? This notion added an entirely new dimension to the coin's narrative. No longer was it simply a case of human error, it now danced on the edge of intentional experimentation, a secret glimpse into the unspoken ambitions of the mint's leadership. Such a twist transformed the coin's story from one of inadvertent mishap to a tantalizing chapter in the annals of numismatic innovation. This layer of intrigue sent shockwaves through the collector community. Debates erupted over the true origins of the error, with some staunchly defending the traditional view of a simple misstrike, while others embraced the possibility of deliberate experimentation. The coin's legacy grew richer and more complex with every retelling, each narrative weaving together threads of history, craftsmanship, and serendipity. The emotional journey of the collector who first discovered the nickel took on new significance as he realized that his find was not merely a solitary anomaly, but a key that unlocked a broader story, a story that encompassed the evolution of industrial techniques, the unpredictable nature of mass production, and the enduring human fascination with imperfection. The tale of the 1961 nickel error became a study in contrasts, a collision of precision and chance, of meticulous design and the capricious nature of machinery. It embodied the paradox of a world where even the most advanced processes could yield unexpected results, and where a single, unnoticed mistake could ripple through decades to become a treasured relic of the past. In the quiet moments of reflection, the coin seemed to pulse with the weight of its journey, from the sterile environment of the mint to the intimate reverence of collectors who now regarded it as a silent ambassador of an era defined by both order and unpredictability. Even as the coin's story continued to unfold, its true impact remained cloaked in mystery, its final valuation and the full extent of its influence a secret yet to be fully revealed. Every glimmer of speculation, every cautious bid at an auction, and every meticulous examination by experts contributed to an ever-growing legend, a legend that promised further surprises and revelations in the years to come. The legacy of the error was not confined to its immediate historical context, it had transcended its origin to become a symbol of the unpredictable intersections between art, industry, and the relentless march of time. In the end, the journey of the 1961 nickel error reminds us that history is often written not by perfection, but by the unforeseen twists and subtle deviations that make each moment unique. The coin, with its double details and whispered secrets, stands as a testament to the beauty of imperfection and the enduring allure of a mystery that refuses to be easily unraveled. Its story continues to captivate those who understand that sometimes, it is the smallest errors that leave the most indelible marks on our collective memory. In a time when the nation was quietly transitioning through turbulent economic shifts and embracing the modern era, a modest piece of metal was struck with precision in the bustling corridors of a federal mint. The coin in question, a 1971 U.S. nickel, embodied the familiar design that had long graced the pockets and purses of everyday Americans. Its smooth, rounded form and finely etched details spoke of an era steeped in tradition, yet beneath its unassuming exterior lay an unexpected secret. Amid the hum of machinery and the relentless cadence of production, a rare misalignment occurred, a subtle doubling of an intricate engraving that would, in time, alter the coin's destiny. This was not the result of deliberate design, but rather a fleeting mechanical lapse during a period when the mint's processes were under strain from both rising demand and evolving technology. The error, almost imperceptible to the casual observer, hinted at the delicate balance between human precision and mechanical fallibility, a balance that, once disrupted, would echo through the annals of numismatic lore. A dedicated collector, whose life had been quietly interwoven with the history of American coinage, first encountered the anomaly on an otherwise ordinary afternoon. While meticulously cataloging his well-worn collection, a trove of coins that had been gathered over decades, his fingers grazed the familiar surface of the 1971 nickel. At first glance, it appeared to be just another piece of circulating currency, but a closer inspection revealed a faint, ghostly echo within its design. The normally crisp contours of the coin's reverse were marred by a delicate duplication, as if a second impression had been superimposed over the original. A thrill of recognition surged through him. In that moment, he understood that he held in his hand a specimen that defied the conventions of mass production, a mistake rendered rare by its sheer improbability. The subtle extra line, the nearly invisible layering of detail, ignited within him a curiosity that soon blossomed into an obsessive quest for understanding. Driven by an unyielding desire to uncover the truth, the collector embarked on a journey that took him deep into the labyrinthine world of numismatic research. He scoured aging ledgers, delved into dusty archives, and pored over technical manuals that chronicled the minting process. Conversations with seasoned experts and fellow enthusiasts gradually unveiled a story that was as complex as it was unexpected. It emerged that the error was not isolated to a single coin, rather, a small batch of 1971 nickels had slipped past quality control, each bearing its own unique variation of the doubled engraving. The production anomaly was attributed to a momentary misalignment in the stamping process, a confluence of mechanical error and the rush of industrial output that had become commonplace in that era. With every new piece of evidence, the coin's mystique deepened, transforming from a mere curiosity into a symbol of serendipity and the beauty of imperfection. In the early days, the error was dismissed by many as an insignificant blemish, a technical glitch in an otherwise unremarkable series of coins. Yet, as whispers of its existence spread quietly through the tightly knit community of collectors, interest began to mount. At local coin shows and intimate auctions, those in the know would exchange knowing glances and hushed remarks, each acknowledging that this misprint held within it a story that transcended its metal composition. What had once been a common object of everyday commerce was now being re-evaluated as a rare artifact, a tangible reminder that even in a world defined by exacting standards, chance and error could conspire to create something extraordinary. The coin's value, initially tethered to its face worth and intrinsic material, started to climb as the recognition of its rarity spread. Transactions that once involved modest sums gradually gave way to secret bids and discreet exchanges, with each sale reinforcing the coin's reputation as a coveted treasure among collectors. As the collector continued his investigation, he found that the evolution of the coin's worth mirrored the unfolding narrative of its era. In its infancy, the 1971 nickel error was traded quietly among a select group of aficionados, its significance known only to a few dedicated scholars of numismatics. Over time, however, its allure grew exponentially. The very imperfection that had once been seen as a flaw came to be celebrated as a mark of authenticity, a fingerprint of a moment in time when industrial precision faltered just enough to leave an indelible mark on history. Auction records began to reflect a steady increase in value, and the coin's price started to soar, driven by an undercurrent of excitement and the promise of rarity. Each discreet sale, each hushed conversation at a collector's meeting, added another layer of anticipation to its story. It was as though the error had woven itself into the fabric of the coin's identity, imbuing it with an enigmatic power that rendered it both fragile and formidable in the eyes of those who sought the rare and the exceptional. The physical manifestation of the error was as subtle as it was significant. At first glance, the coin's design appeared unaltered, its familiar portrait and motto intact. Yet, a closer, more deliberate inspection revealed that the engraving on the reverse had been inadvertently doubled. In some specimens, the extra impression was so faint that it seemed almost like an afterimage, a whisper of metal that echoed the original lines without overwhelming them. In others, the duplication was more pronounced, creating an intricate interplay of shadows and light that transformed the coin's aesthetic into something otherworldly. This imperfection, this accidental layering, disrupted the coin's otherwise impeccable symmetry and introduced an element of mystery that defied conventional explanation. It was as if the error had infused the nickel with a duality, a juxtaposition of flaw and finesse, that compelled observers to look beyond surface appearances and appreciate the deeper narrative at play. An unforeseen twist in the unfolding saga added yet another dimension to the coin's mystique. During one particularly exhaustive search through obscure auction records and personal correspondences among veteran collectors, it was discovered that one specimen of the error coin had a connection that few could have predicted. This single coin, remarkably well preserved despite its decades of existence, had once been inadvertently included in a private collection belonging to a high-ranking political figure known for his discreet patronage of the arts and historical memorabilia. The coin had been tucked away, unnoticed for years, until it resurfaced in an unexpected manner, discovered hidden within a long-forgotten safety deposit box and later making its way to an auction that sent ripples through the numismatic community. The revelation that this error coin had brushed against the corridors of power lent an additional layer of intrigue and rarity to its story. It was no longer merely an industrial mistake, it had become a silent witness to a confluence of history and chance, a token of a moment when the boundaries between the mundane and the monumental blurred. In the wake of this discovery, the collector found himself reflecting on the broader implications of a misprint that had grown to embody so much more than a mere manufacturing oversight. The 1971 nickel error had evolved into a symbol of unexpected beauty, a reminder that even in the relentless march of progress and precision, there remained space for the accidental and the unpredictable. It challenged the very notion of perfection, inviting collectors and historians alike to reconsider the value of flaws and the stories they tell. Each delicate line and subtle duplication served as a testament to the fact that history is not always a linear narrative of flawless achievement. It is, instead, a tapestry woven from moments of serendipity, human error, and the unpredictable interplay of technology and artistry. As the years passed, the coin's story continued to captivate and inspire, drawing in new generations of collectors who marveled at its delicate imperfections and the rich historical context they embodied. The journey of the error coin became a microcosm of a larger truth, a truth that celebrated the beauty of the unintentional and the extraordinary value that can emerge from a single, unforeseen mistake. In that small, unassuming nickel, the echoes of a bygone era resonated, inviting all who encountered it to appreciate not only the precision of its creation but also the unpredictable magic of its era. In the midst of a bustling minting era, the 1987 U.S. nickel bore silent witness to a moment of unplanned imperfection. It was a time when tradition and modernity met in the clanging of presses and the meticulous attention of skilled engravers. The coin was born from an era of economic optimism, yet the relentless hum of machinery sometimes betrayed human fallibility. One ordinary nickel, destined for everyday circulation, emerged with a subtle error, a misalignment in the intricate details that etched itself into history without the fanfare of a heralded discovery. Its date, meant to be a simple mark of time, instead appeared with a mysterious double impression that hinted at an unintended layering of history, as though two parallel moments had been caught on the same metal canvas. The error was not immediately apparent. At first glance, the coin retained the familiar visage of Jefferson and the time-honored elements that had graced its face for decades. Yet, a closer inspection revealed a ghostly overlay, a shadow where there should have been clarity. In a production line known for its precision, this anomaly was an enigma wrapped in the routine of mass production. The Mint, working under tight schedules and the pressure of high demand, had inadvertently allowed a rare misstrike to slip through the quality checks. Over time, whispers began to circulate among those who handled these coins, hints of a flaw that transformed the mundane into something altogether extraordinary. For one devoted collector, this discovery marked the beginning of an unforeseen journey. While sifting through a collection of well-worn nickels in a modest, time-worn album, an unassuming specimen caught a discerning eye. There was something peculiar about the coin's surface, a subtle but unmistakable repetition of detail that set it apart from its identical companions. The collector, whose life had been steeped in the minutiae of numismatic lore, felt a spark of recognition and wonder. That very moment, as the coin slipped between careful fingers, the path of discovery unfolded like a narrative written in the language of chance and error. Memories of previous hunts and quiet triumphs mingled with the present as the collector began to piece together the coin's history. There was a thrill in retracing the footsteps of time, in connecting the sterile corridors of the Mint with the living pulse of passion that drove every coin enthusiast. Conversations with fellow collectors, long nights poring over faded auction catalogs, and secret exchanges of whispered legends all converged on this single, flawed piece of metal. The error, once a simple blemish in a machine-made object, had evolved into a symbol of rarity, a rarity that spoke of human error, the fallibility of perfection, and the unexpected beauty found in imperfection. As word of the anomaly spread, so too did its reputation. The coin, once dismissed as an ordinary part of everyday currency, began to assume a mystique that defied its humble origins. Its value, initially measured in mere cents, started to climb as collectors and historians alike recognized the significance of its unusual production error. Each new mention in specialized journals and each appearance in clandestine auctions added layers of intrigue, as if the coin itself were a living chronicle of its own transformation. Speculation swirled around the coin's true worth, its fluctuating value acting as a barometer for both the passions and the doubts of those who cherished it. The progression was subtle yet relentless, a quiet ascent marked by the steady accumulation of admiration, research, and whispered debates among experts. What began as an accidental misstrike gradually took on the aura of a coveted treasure. The coin's physical characteristics, once taken for granted, were now dissected with the precision of a detective unraveling a mystery. Under magnification, the error revealed itself as a faint double impression, a second layer overlapping the official design. The standard, stoic portrait of Jefferson was given an almost ethereal quality, as if a phantom had attempted to leave its mark on an otherwise immaculate template. This additional detail, so slight that it might have gone unnoticed by an untrained eye, imbued the coin with a narrative of duality. It was as though the nickel held within its metal a secret conversation between two distinct moments in time, one dictated by the relentless cadence of industry, the other by the unpredictable brush of human error. The collector's pursuit of this anomaly soon transformed into a deeper exploration of its broader implications. Late nights were spent cross-referencing Mint records and consulting with retired workers who recalled the frenetic pace of production in those heady days. Each piece of information added to the growing mosaic of the coin's backstory, a tale of ambition, pressure, and the occasional lapse that defied even the strictest standards of quality control. The more the collector learned, the more the coin's value evolved from a mere numerical figure into a symbol of a moment when the ordinary was interrupted by the extraordinary. Its worth was not solely determined by rarity or scarcity, it was the embodiment of a hidden narrative, one that resonated with anyone who had ever found beauty in an unexpected flaw. The journey of understanding this misstrike was as much about self-discovery as it was about the coin itself. In the quiet moments of reflection, the collector recognized parallels between the unpredictable nature of life and the capricious whims of industrial production. Here was a tangible reminder that perfection was often an illusion, a concept shattered by the very human tendencies toward error and spontaneity. The coin's layered design seemed to encapsulate the idea that even the most meticulously planned systems could yield surprises that challenged our perceptions of value and beauty. In the intricate details of the double impression lay a story of transformation, a story that whispered of both loss and opportunity, of the hidden potential within every moment. Then came a twist that no one could have anticipated. In a rare stroke of serendipity, it was discovered that a small subset of these error coins possessed an even more peculiar variation. Among them was a specimen where the misalignment had not only doubled the date but had also created an almost imperceptible shift in the engraving of Jefferson's profile, a shift that suggested an entirely different narrative. Some experts theorized that this variation might have been the result of a last-minute adjustment in the minting process, an experimental deviation that was never intended to be public. Others speculated that it was a silent protest against the rigidity of production standards, a subtle reminder that even the most formidable institutions could harbor moments of creative spontaneity. This revelation added another layer of intrigue to an already enigmatic coin, propelling it into the realm of legend and igniting fervor among collectors who now saw it as a key to a deeper, hidden history. As discussions intensified and debates raged over the coin's true origin and meaning, its market value began to mirror the complex interplay of history and myth that surrounded it. Auctions became charged events, where bids soared not merely in response to rarity but in homage to a narrative that had captured the collective imagination. The coin was no longer just a piece of metal, it had become a repository of stories, a testament to the interplay of fate, error, and redemption. Every glint of metal under the auctioneer's light evoked memories of long nights spent in quiet contemplation, of the tireless search for meaning in the minutest details of a production line. Its worth, both tangible and intangible, continued to evolve, leaving behind a trail of wonder and anticipation that was as unpredictable as the error itself. In that single, flawed coin lay the convergence of industrial precision and human fallibility, a delicate balance that spoke to the heart of what it means to be both a creator and an observer. The collector, now deeply entwined with the coin's fate, understood that its story was far from complete. Each new discovery, every reinterpretation of its origins, served as a reminder that sometimes, the most compelling tales are not those born of flawless execution, but those that emerge from the cracks and crevices of imperfection. And as the coin continued its quiet journey through the annals of numismatic history, it carried with it the timeless message that even mistakes can be transformed into masterpieces, if only one has the courage to see beyond the surface. Thanks for watching. Like, comment with your thoughts, and subscribe to stay updated on our next episode diving into even rarer coin designs. The future of numismatics awaits.